Okay, hi everyone. So this is kind of the discussions next level option for you if you want to sort of beef up your discussions and add a really cool tool that is an interesting and easy way to introduce something new rather than just a discussion prompt that students are answering. And it's a tool that's really easy to use. It's called Answer Garden. So you would go to the website for Answer Garden, which I've linked to on the page, but it's just answergarden.ch. And it's a way to create a free tool that creates these really pretty and easy to use word clouds. So I will go and show you how to create an answer garden, and then I'll show you how to use it with your discussions. So you would go to create a new answer garden, and then you have, the topic or your question that you want students to answer. So the topic, say, is one of the questions I used for my class last week was what ties citizens of a nation together? So, of course, on citizenship. Okay, so that's my question that students will be answering. You have the option to set the answer length that students will input to 20 or 40 characters. So I do 40 just because that gives them a little bit more freedom, even though Answer Garden recommends 20. You can type in a password that allows you to go back and edit it later. We'll just type in a password here. And then you can send yourself all of the information about your answer garden so that you will be reminded of what the password is, the link to the answer garden, and everything. So I do recommend doing that so you'll have a record of it somewhere. There's option to detect and remove common unwanted answers, the spam filter. I usually put that on, although I haven't had any problems with people abusing the word cloud. And then you have some options for what case you want it in, and if you want it to make this answer garden discoverable on your local network. So I usually just ignore this. And then you create it. So I'll show you what it looks like when the answer garden is created. So you have this blank box now, and the students can answer basically anything that they want. So you can say something like language, right? And then I'll show you what it looks like when it populates the answer. You can type in something like race. How about laws? Things like that. So they populate in the bottom so everybody can see the answers that are being generated by everybody else who's filling out the answer garden. And it's a word cloud. So, if more than one person types in the same answer, that font of that answer is going to grow. I just tried to do it, but it gave you a message that I can only submit the same answer one time. So if somebody else typed in that same answer, you would see this word growing up and then the number changing beside it as well. So it is really cool. It's an interactive way of seeing, all the class working together that changes and grows as people add to the answer garden. All right, so that's what it is. Now I will show you how to share it for your class. So you have a couple different options for this. You can share it and post it as a link in your modules on Canvas. There are two handy links that they give you right here. So you can copy and paste this actual link and then upload it as an external URL in Canvas. Or if you want to do sort of the I guess more complicated but cooler version, you can copy and paste this embed code. So it's, like the HTML code, just copy it and I'll show you where you can put it. So back to my sample discussion that I created before. If you go to this, instead of, writing out a bunch of instructions, click on this link over here, HTML editor, and then just paste that embed code that you got from the Answer Garden page. Go back to the rich content editor and it will appear in the box of your discussion, which is, I think, really cool. So I'll show you what it looks like now. Can you tell I'm really excited about this? This is like super cool. So I didn't ever know that you could actually do this part. So I'm sharing you now new knowledge that I found. So students can then respond right here in the discussion, and then they can post, an elaboration on their reply. So I'm trying to think of another answer. So say families, whatever. So they can type it, it comes up right in the top of their discussion box, and then they can elaborate on their responses by replying at the end. So it is a really cool way to sort of elevate your discussions and make them a little bit more engaging and a little interesting. And it is free and pretty easy to use.